Hey y'all, welcome back. Actually, welcome, because I was looking at my analytics and it says like majority of my viewers are new viewers. So welcome. I don't know how y'all came across my page, but please know that I do appreciate you guys for tuning in, and thank you so much for stopping by. So today we're just gonna hop straight into this video. Y'all know, well, today's the second. I really should have been recording this, but things happen. Instead of me doing like a whole 4th of July look today, let me actually work while I talk, because if I don't, I'll just sit here and talk and y'all gonna get bored. But usually I would do like a, you know, red and blue and white type of look, but I was like, you know what, I done did enough of that. So this year I'm just gonna do like a cookout ready, sweatproof type of look, you know, just something that's gonna keep us matte throughout the entire day outside. If you decide to get in the pool or whatever, you know, you can get in the pool. I don't know, people really swim with makeup on, but you know, just in case you want to look a little cute, so you can. You know, if you're going to a pool party, you know, you might want to look a little cute. So that's what we're doing today. So I'm just starting off by putting some translucent powder. Not the air coming on, hold on y'all. Actually, I'm gonna just leave the air on because it is a little hot in here. I'm sorry, I hope it still sounds good. But like I was saying, I'm just gonna start off. I'm using my DermaBlend. Let me start showing y'all products. It looks so awful, hold on. I'm gonna take my DermaBlend translucent powder, loose setting powder in the shade translucent, and I'm just gonna put this throughout my brows because I do get oily in my brows, and it's just gonna, you know, keep them matte throughout the day. So I'm just gonna put that all the way through. And then these are the pencils I literally been telling you about like in my last 3-4 videos. It's called the Go Brow by Ruby Kisses, and this one is in the shade light medium brown. This is what they look like. They are like half pencil, and then it has a spoolie on the other end. So I'm just gonna brush through my brows and start filling them in. Yeah, I've been doing a little method where you conceal underneath your brows first and then fill them in, but for some reason I have not been liking my eyebrows recently, so I'm gonna just do them my regular way and then conceal them afterwards, because I don't got time to be messing up my eyebrows, because I done been doing my eyebrows for I don't know how long, and I should not still be messing them up. Not me throwing the pencil on the floor. So I really think I'm gonna get into training so I can drop a few pounds, because I'm not happy with my overall weight, y'all. Like, I feel like I was so cute before the pandemic, and then boom, before you know it, I had gained more weight than I wanted to, and I feel like it's really showing in my face. So I just want to know, like, why I keep getting bumps, like, literally right here in between my eyes. Like, that's so annoying, because it's already a scar right here from one I had forever ago. And it's like the scar takes forever to go away. I done been to a dermatologist and all, and it still won't go away. And I got a whole new one. Like, this is so annoying. But, so I zoomed y'all in because I want to try to actually see. Even though I feel like pretty much everybody knows how to do their own eyebrows now. Like, that actually was a discussion on Facebook. Well, not a discussion, but a girl had posted and said how slow makeup business is right now, and somebody else was like, because they think or they feel like a lot of other women have learned to do their own makeup, which I think is true. Like, there's literally so many sources for you to learn how to do your makeup without having to pay. Like, I mean, that's the thing now. Like, you can get on TikTok, you can get on YouTube, people be on live doing makeup. Like, you literally, I need to go down some, but you literally can learn like how to do your own makeup just from getting on the internet. So I really think that's why. And on top of that, it's really like, I don't know, I can't really say, because I haven't really been taking clients that long, so I don't really know how it is, you know, usually during this time of the year. But I feel like it's because it's so hot, and then like nobody's really wearing makeup like that for real anyway. Like, people literally have learned to just do their own everyday type of look and be done with it. Like, not only that, but like nobody's really wanting like the full glams for real anymore. Also what the girl was saying, she was like, people just want like a nice clean looking face now. Like, all that glitter and stuff, it's not really what a lot of people go for anymore. And she's absolutely right. I was telling y'all that too in a few videos a while ago, because I had disappeared for a while, like y'all know. I disappeared from uploading, and really because I wasn't feeling motivated. But then I feel like my style and makeup, like what I liked, had changed. It's weird though, because like here on YouTube, like even though it seems like everywhere else everybody does want that nice clean face, when I post videos with a nice clean face, they're like my least viewed videos. Like my top or highest viewed videos are the ones that have like the several colors, cut creases, glitter, like all the extra glam. So it's kind of weird, because it's like in real life people want the nice clean face, but then when it comes to actually sitting there and watching the whole YouTube video, nobody wants to see that. So I don't know. And then I had thought about, okay, well maybe I just will stick doing TikToks, but I don't know, like YouTube, I just prefer YouTube. Like I can do TikToks, but when I think TikTok, I think like comedian. Like, I'll be getting on there to laugh. I'm not getting on there to watch a makeup tutorial. Like I don't. And then I was watching Bo or Bougie Vintage, whatever y'all want to call her, a Cosmeholics Anonymous. That's her YouTube name. Sabrina, I think I be want to call her Samantha so bad, but Sabrina, she was just saying like her views had dropped too. But she kind of disappeared for a while because she had her own situation going on. But she was just saying like when she actually sits down to like really talk to y'all or her audience, like that's when she gets most of her views. Maybe it's just me, like maybe I really do just need to sit down and talk to y'all, because that's not something I really have done on my channel. But then it's weird because then I'll see other people who don't talk at all, just like Kita Beauty. She literally just gives y'all a rundown of what she's doing, and views are where they need to be. She really still deserves more, but I don't know. I think it's really though because I fell off and I stopped being consistent. Once I really get back into uploading and stuff, I feel like I'll let it fall back into place. And then at one point I was asking y'all, okay, well, do y'all want me to actually sit down and talk to y'all, or do y'all want to just, you know, get straight into the tutorial? And a lot of people was like, oh, well, you could do a mixture of both. And then a lot of people were like, oh, well, just get straight to the point. So I don't know. I mean, I know I'm not gonna be able to just please everybody and give everybody what they want, but I just been sitting here like, okay, what do I like? What makes me happy? Like, what do I really want to do with this channel? Because at some point I had wanted an emergency vlog, and I posted a little mini vlog or whatever, and it didn't do as well as my makeup content does, which I mean I expected, because it was my first mini vlog, and the audience I have now I feel like it's more of a makeup audience. So of course, you know, y'all may not flock to a vlog, at least one of my vlogs, as quick as you would flock to somebody else's vlog who actually, you know, does vlogging on a regular. But I don't know, but I do not want my channel to just not, like, I don't want it to just die down completely and it just be a waste. So brows are done. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to my eyes. So like I've been saying for a long time, make sure y'all get a matte concealer. I just put this all over. Now if you're gonna actually do an eye look, then you may not want to use a matte concealer unless you do one eye at a time, because it does dry fast. I'm just gonna do a soft brown shade all over. For this, if you want it to like all blend and correlate and everything just look, you know, all nice and blended, usually I would just use my bronzer for my lids, which is obviously the same color. I'm gonna use the contour and everything, so like I said, it's all gonna blend and look flawless together. So I'm gonna use my Coconut bronzer from Fenty, and I'm gonna put that all over my lids. Because I remember it was a point where I felt like doing all this brown and natural, like that shit was boring. Like nobody want to put no brown eyeshadow on. Now look at everybody wearing brown eyeshadow. But no, seriously, like my most booked looks have been soft glam. So soft glam is where it's at right now as far as the makeup business. But as far as me on myself, I'm doing this, like I said, for the 4th. I'm doing this for like a cookout type of look. Baby, I will be back with my color. I'm gonna go ahead and pop it on a lash, and I'm gonna show you guys how I get my nice matte long lasting face. The reason I threw waterproof on here is because I know for sure people gonna be outside, we gonna be sweating, people gonna be playing in water. And yeah, so that's that for the eyes. Really simple, really cute. As of recently, I've been using Calamine lotion. This is the brand that I use. I don't know if there's another brand of it, but this is the one that I use. You can get this out of Walmart or your beauty supply store. No, or your local drugstore. But this is like equivalent to milk of magnesia, except for this is actually made for your skin. So it's, to me, actually safer to use. I don't know the pros and cons of milk of magnesia on your skin, but I'm not putting it on my skin, and I'm not putting it on nobody else's skin. So With that being said, you just want to shake this really well. I really like this stuff because I've been using it now for about a week. Not every single day of the week, but when I do wear makeup, I've been using this, and it's so hot. It's hot and it's humid, and I promise y'all, this stuff really does ensure that my makeup stays in place. I don't get oily. I have like this smile line right here that always used to crease. If y'all go back and watch my old videos, y'all hear me complain about that my smile line is so bad. This right here, like nothing. Like face is literally smooth like butter. Now if you do have very textured skin, this is not going to take away the texture in your skin. However, it will ensure that your makeup is as smooth as it can get, and it's gonna stay in place all day. You don't have to worry about sweating it off or nothing. Like I literally can run my finger across my face and it will transfer to my finger, but you don't see the swipe in your skin like in your makeup when you swipe your face. Because I tried it yesterday and I had the makeup on, I know, for at least 10 hours. Like, was outside sitting in a hot car, like literally, like, it's not coming off. But I will say though, okay, let me just start because I feel like I'm talking too much. But I will say though, like when it's time for me to take my makeup off, you do have to kind of put a little bit more pressure on it for it to come off. But I don't know, y'all, I like it. I just put it on my forehead, my cheeks, my nose, and my chin. So you want to move kind of fast because it does dry. It don't dry super fast, but when you apply it to your skin, you want to use a fluffier type of brush because you want to actually blend it or smooth out the edges rather, and make sure you've applied an even layer, because if you don't, it's gonna show through your makeup. See that? Y'all see how it started to dry, and now that shape is there. So if I don't like take that off and put some more on, that patch is gonna show through my makeup. But I don't recommend putting it underneath your eyes because it is going to give you a very dry feel. And you want to make sure underneath your eyes are as moisturized as possible. That's that. And it does kind of make my face feel dry. But it definitely does work. When you apply your face makeup, you want to go ahead and blend it too, because it will literally dry on here. And yeah, it's still going to be hard to blend. So you got to move fast with this stuff. Before I contour, because I know y'all noticed I didn't put foundation up here, I just contour there. It's no point in bringing foundation all the way up to my hairline. I don't want it up there. It's not going to really show after I contour anyway. Really quick, I'm going to go ahead and highlight. But this is the Kylie Jenner concealer in the shade Granola. I'm going to go ahead and contour. I'm going to let this sit for a little bit. I'm going to take the shade Walnut in my black Opal foundation stick. Yeah, I don't know what it is about the nice, neat, cleaned up, contoured, super bronzed, overly highlighted face that I like when I have a bun. I don't know why I'm so dramatic. But I'm gonna just go ahead and blend this in. I actually have started using a dry sponge. I don't know where this sponge is from. It look ashy because I washed it, but it's just a black sponge. And I'm gonna just take this. Like I said, it is dry because I noticed, I never used to really understand why people say using wet sponges pick up product until it started happening to me, because it wasn't happening to me for a long time. But then out of nowhere, I would get like patches in my makeup, or like say if I'm trying to blend this, the whole shape of the sponge will be right here and I gotta try to get rid of it. And I'm just like, yeah, this ain't it. And I'm like, oh, that's because it's too wet. So I got to a point to where I was just squeezing my sponges out with like a paper towel or just a towel or something before using it. But I'm like, why don't I just not wet it? And I stopped wetting them and everything has been perfectly fine. I'm using the translucent powder. I'm using this one from Sistar Cosmetics. I'm like, girl, this is too much to be wearing to the cookout. But when y'all see that it's still gonna look this good when you get home, you ain't gonna never stop doing it. I'm telling you. It's going to set my contour with that exact same Fenty Bronzer. So I'm gonna use my blush that's also from Sistar Cosmetics. It's called Deeply Flush, and it's their duo blush. It's just the half and half. And bronzer from Fenty. So the bottom lashes I'm using, they aren't actual bottom lashes. They're just cut from some strip lashes I had, and I'm just gonna pop it like right here. I'm gonna just go ahead and add a little bit of highlighter, and then I'm just gonna take my espresso lip liner from NYX. And now I'm just going to take this NK Makeup Lip Shine Lip Gloss in the shade Taupe. It's just basically like a white. Hold on, let me turn this down so y'all can see. But that's what it looks like. It's in the shade Taupe. Okay, y'all, so this is how the look turned out. This is our Cookout Ready Sweatproof makeup. I know it's like a lot, but this is like usually what I would do. If you want something a little lighter, then just don't do as much makeup. Just make sure you use your Calamine lotion and it'll still give you the same effect. So hope this was helpful, and if you guys enjoyed this look, make sure you give me a thumbs up and make sure you are of course subscribed, and I will see you in my next one.